Hello, I am Tracy Jackson, also known as the Spiritual Cheerleader, and I'm coming to you with Lesson 19 from A Course in Miracles, which says, I am not alone in experiencing the effect of my thoughts. Obviously, this builds on the day before and the concept of all minds being joined. Many times that can be somewhat overwhelming for people to recognize that they're not alone in thinking these thoughts. Sometimes they feel somewhat responsible for generating these thoughts. Sometimes they feel like these thoughts have been imposed upon them. But really, that's not the point. The point is to see that we all basically have a part in this, that we all are thinking this, and it's because of how we've come up and how we've basically been taught to perceive things. Today the idea that they want us to exercise for the minute or so is supposed to be undertaken with our eyes closed, so that we're not really focusing on the outside. We're focusing on our thoughts, and it states that the idea for today is to be repeated first. So I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. And then the mind should be carefully searched for the thoughts it contains at that time. As you consider each one, name it in terms of the central person or theme it contains, and holding it in your mind as you do so, say, I am not alone in experiencing the effects of this thought about, and you could say X. I have been thinking about a cat. I've been hearing a cat. I don't have a cat. I don't know whose cat it is, but there is a cat in my neighborhood, and it's obviously not in the home and it may not be anyone's cat. It could be a feral cat. But the cat, I hear it every night, like almost I hear it a lot. Let's just say that. So that's what my first thought would be, because that's the first thing that popped in my head. And obviously, the lesson tells us to be indiscriminate with the thoughts that pop into our heads. Don't push something out just because you don't want to deal with it. Let it come up and speak on it, and move right along. The practice periods don't have to be that long. They can be less than a minute. They state to do it 3 or 4 times. It says no more than 4. So this, this whole idea for today is really helping us to recognize how we are perceiving the world, and the fact that that perception has been informed by the fact that we are all joined together. We are all seeing this play out together. That's why, when big things happen, we're all seeing it, right? We are all seeing it. No one's really unplugged from it, because all minds are joined. We're all one. But this is helping us to somewhat unplug from that perception, because it's helping us to realize and recognize that what we see before us is not necessarily the perception that we've necessarily come up with. It's a perception that we have learned over time, and a perception that has been picked up by all of us. All right, so I hope that helps you today. For day 19, I hope that you are still going strong in reading the workbook lessons. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know how things are going and how you're doing. So feel free to pop a comment below and let me know. Feel free to share these videos out to people that you think might need to hear them for the day as well. So I hope that you guys have a great day today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.